Hey guys, welcome to the Friday afternoon edition of What If I Told You? I'm waiting for a haircut right now, so you don't see me in my place. I am in my van. So at the immediate moment, I will start out with this episode. I'm going to say this. What if I told you that if you are on a performance improvement plan at work, you need to leave as soon as responsibly possible? And the reason why I say this is pretty simple. I was just terminated 2 days ago from a job I had held for 5 years. And right now, I'm going to explain how this all fits. You see, I was terminated with the explanation of my performance improvement plan in 2024 and 2025. And this PIP I had cleared and passed in October of last year, October of 2025. Now, and you're like, well, okay, so if you passed through and you had gotten it, you should have not been fired for it, but that's not true. You see, once you're on a performance improvement plan, once they decided that they want to terminate you or get you out the door, if they want you gone, you'll be gone. And they actually specified this specific PIP in my particular case as the reason for my termination 2 days ago. And I will actually even publicly say which company it was right now. It's Wells Fargo. And I was terminated with that as my explanation. And it was the PIP from 2024 through October of 2025. And they gave me that as the reason for letting me go. Now, there's two silver linings on this one. Number one, this was not going to be the job I was going to retire in. And this is a job that I believe is not safe long-term regardless. Because I believe in as far as the company's headlong dive into AI, at some point, all those jobs in that department are going to disappear. And so right now they need to clear the decks as much as possible so that when that day comes along, they're paying as little in severance pay as possible. And so that's probably part of the reasoning. The other part, of course, is that once I was on a performance improvement plan, they wanted me gone regardless. And I believe most companies operate like this. I've not heard of anybody being on a performance improvement plan, surviving it, and not have and being able to stay there long term. I just haven't heard of it yet. It doesn't really exist. Once you're on a PIP, you're gone. They either you're going to be gone, they're going to want you gone, or they're going to try to push and shove to make you gone. And they basically made it so they've made it so difficult on employees there that they've put the standards at a point where nobody can possibly meet the overall job requirements, and which is the predecessor right now, I believe, to everything going into AI. And so they're going to try to make the job as difficult for everybody as possible to push everybody out on their own accord. Now, whether it involves a PIP for people or not, I'm not entirely sure. But in my case, I believe they wanted me out back in October of 2024. So my advice to you in this particular episode is if you are placed on a PIP, you need to start actively working on getting out now. Because they're going to get you out. They're going to push you out the door because they've already decided, they've already made the decision. They want you out. There's nothing you can do about it. Even though I met as many of their metrics and requirements as possible, they still wanted me gone, and they said as much on Wednesday. So if you're on a PIP now, start actively searching. Obviously, you can't quit right now because you got to have money coming in, which brings me to another silver lining. In Minnesota, unless you are unemployed because of misconduct, which in my case there certainly wasn't any. I didn't do anything against company policy. I didn't cheat or steal time or do anything of that sort. So unless they're able to prove that, they can't keep me from claiming unemployment, which will probably help me to recover a slight majority of my income. And that's okay because obviously, I do part-time DoorDash, as anybody who's followed this channel for a while knows. I'm going to be able to probably make up the difference on that. And so I'm not going to be homeless. I will be taken care of. Another silver lining is that, with the MNsure health insurance platform, health insurance for myself would be reasonably affordable, and I am covered now until the end of the month. And the other part, of course, is that I'm a man of faith, and I do believe that my God will pull me through this. And I think he has something better in mind for me than this misery that I've been suffering for the past 5 years, trying to satisfy a boss and a company that can't be satisfied by any human possible. And I believe that this is not because Wells Fargo has inherently evil people running it. I believe it's because of the company's past with the regulators and the past account scandals. And the company was forced into this state by government regulators. This is a case of, if I'm going to be pointing fingers at anybody, it's going to be at the company's past leadership. Those are the people I'm going to be pointing it at, because they caused the account scandal, which put the company in this position, and regulators are able to make demands that are honestly cruel. So do I blame the company per se? No. But do I believe that most companies function like this with people on performance improvement plans? Yes, I do. Because I've not heard of anybody surviving a plan like this and having any sort of long-term future. And of course, this now includes myself. So if you are on a performance improvement plan, as I said, what if I told you, you need to start working now and getting a new job. And finding a new job when you have a job is much easier than when you don't have a job, as I'm probably about to undergo myself. So if you're on a PIP, get your interviewing going on now. The joke is running around out there that PIP actually stands for paid interview period, which, if you are watching this right now and you're on this situation, this is how you should be treating it. You should be treating your PIP period as a paid interview period to get out of the company, because they're going to get you out eventually, just like myself. And this is not just a Wells Fargo thing. This is every big company in America type of thing. The decision's already been made for you. You will be gone, one way or the other. They literally told me that it was because of those PIPs in 2024 and 2025 that they were terminating me on Wednesday. So you might as well get ahead of the curve. Just get this over with. Do it yourself. Save yourself the anxiety that I suffer through while working in this job, and just go. If I had quit on my own accord, of course, unemployment would not have been available. So I did get that much out of suffering, sitting through the suffering, is that I am still eligible for unemployment, and I will be able to collect that. So that will be to my plus. So anyhow, I'll be downloading this afternoon. So if you're watching this, it's probably already early evening. But that is my tip for the day. You're on a paid interview period. Get going now. And honestly, in my opinion, because if you're on a PIP, any 2-week notice I don't think is necessary, because they already want you gone. You might as well save everybody a headache and just walk out immediately. In my particular case, I was talked into taking a different position without being told everything about the new position. I was placed in basically a call center role, which is not something I would have wanted. If they had told me that, I would have not volunteered myself for that particular transition. So they'll do everything they can. And this is any company. Again, this is not just a Wells Fargo thing. I've not heard of anybody who works for any big company ever surviving a PIP and going on to a long-term successful career. So you might as well just do it yourself. Do it on your own terms. Get yourself out. So anyway, enjoy your Friday. It's pretty close to time for me to be able to get inside there and get a haircut. As you can see, I need one. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, homies.